Should probably weave in the ends before I seam this together, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to today. To sit down for another stitch and chat video because I have a small little update for you guys. I am going to be making some changes to this channel. I have been on YouTube for about a year now, and I really learned a lot in that year, mostly about what works and what doesn't. When I originally wanted to start a YouTube channel, I thought I could maybe do both crochet and bookish content, and I tried that a little bit, and the YouTube algorithm was like, no, what are you doing? Stop it. So I had decided I am going to be starting a second channel exclusively for my bookish content. If you're one of like the 5 people I think that liked my fantasy romance video that I posted several months ago, I'm going to be moving that over to my new channel, and then any future like bookish videos about reading or writing fantasy romance or historical romance are going to be moving over to the channel called Erin L. That's going to be my second channel. If you are one of the folks who subscribe to this channel, Stitch and Fiction, for crochet content, never fear, there is still going to be plenty more of that right here on this channel. Again, if you want bookish content, that is moving over somewhere else, and I'll put the link in the description. And if you are here for the vintage crochet projects and you want more of that, don't go anywhere, that will be right here. I have several more vintage crochet projects planned. I don't want to give estimates or deadlines because every time I do, I am wrong. Inevitably, like every time I thought a project was going to be quick and easy and I was like, oh yeah, I can bust this out in a month, I hit some kind of snag. Either I get stuck with the pattern and I need to spend some time figuring out what to do, or like as in the case with my 19 Teens sweater video, the materials just don't cooperate and I need to figure out, basically starting from scratch. Rather than rush through videos to meet an arbitrary deadline, I want to give you guys quality content and finished projects, which means in the future these videos will happen when they happen. As far as future crochet projects, I have another filet crochet project planned. I actually started this, or I shouldn't say started it, I attempted it about a year ago, and it was a disaster. Right after I made my filet crochet table runner, I had a lot of false confidence in my abilities to work with thread crochet. I was like, yeah, this number 10 thread, I got that figured out. Let's go even smaller. It'll be fine. It was not fine. It looked awful. So that was one that I needed to put a pause on just while I shored up my skills and got some more practice with crochet thread, because I bought vintage materials for that one and I really don't want to waste those. So yeah, I just had to put that one away for a while to get some more practice. I'm not quite at the level yet where I'm confident picking it up again, but I will eventually, because I do think the finished project is going to be really pretty. The pattern I will be using for that one is, it's a 19 Teens filet crochet yoke pattern, and I want to make a shirt with the crochet yoke, and I think it'll be really pretty. I just need to build up my confidence again and shore up my skills before I attempt that one. Another project that I have that I also have the materials for, that I am feeling a little bit more confident in, is a 19 Teens sweater, or not sweater, a 19 Teens scarf, which I'm really excited about. It looks really cute. I think it'll be good for history bounding. So that's probably the next one that I'm going to make, because I have all the materials for it, and it seems less scary than the tiny crochet thread. Then another project that I don't know when I'm going to do this one, because I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging as well. It's a crochet coat pattern from the 1970s. I think it looks really cute. It's not going to be like a hard stitch or anything, but my concern is the fitting. That's something I always struggle with whenever I try to make crochet tops or sweaters. They're inevitably not designed for a body like mine. They're not my size. So it's usually a lot of trial and error trying to get it to fit. And this one is going to be like super fitted. It's like a long sleeve, like kind of fitted bodice with like a flared, I don't know, it's a flared coat that is like fitted around the waist and then it gets wider around the ends. The crochet part is not going to be the challenge with that one. It's going to be the sizing and the fitting. That's another one that I think is going to take more time, but hopefully the result is really fun. This one is not a vintage crochet project. I'm making the Cosmopolitan sweater, which looks really cute. We'll see if mine turns out okay. Sometimes I like to just have a long, easy project that I can just kind of mindlessly work on while I'm watching TV or doing videos like this. I like to have things to do with my hands while I'm sitting and talking or sitting and watching something or listening to music. And so I always like to have a couple crochet projects in the works, something more complicated like what I make for my videos, as well as something that I can just kind of sit and relax and work on autopilot while I make something creative. If you sat through this whole video, thank you so much for spending time with me and listening to my random ramblings. I'm still, even a year later, figuring out this whole YouTube thing. What works best for me and my channel, now channels, plural. We'll see what the next year brings. I am having fun. I do want to keep doing this. It's been a learning experience along the way. Just a reminder that if you did subscribe or if you're interested in videos about historical and fantasy romance and, you know, bookish content and writing content, that is being moved over to my second channel, Erin L. And if you are interested in vintage crochet and sewing and possibly some other like crafty, vintagey projects in the future, then you can stay right here. I will continue to post those videos here on Stitch and Fiction. And like I said, I do have several more planned, so I hope you guys stick around and see what I've got coming up next. Until then, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Thanks. Oh man. Do something about that. Ugh. I have some ideas. I think it's salvageable.